So I just took a trial account. So it's easy. So you can just go to Splunk website and have a look and just go for a trial account. So why Splunk observability and all these things? So what is the observability? We can start from there. So anyone wants to let's be interactive and let's talk on that way. We are talking about observability. Anyone wants to chime in like, okay, hey, what do you understand from that observability point of view? Anyone, please?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to add in my understanding.
Yeah.
So, observability is a like sort of like framework which helps to enable any system to be observable. It simply means that to understand any of the like microservice and its inner state, we generally look forward for understanding different metrics it does offer. That what sort of like state it is in. So like three pillars that what made observability is made up of. So that altogether constitute to call it as a observability.
All right. Cool. Anyone else want to add on the three pillars? Because now it's four or five.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Three pillar I can add in. It's matrices, traces, and logs.
Yeah. So we have called event, and there one more we have added recently.
So where we have kept, I mean, what, when, how. These three is something representing metrics, logs, and traces. Now event would be placed.
Events and profile, you mean?
Yeah.
Rohit? Yeah, the profiling.
Yeah. Profiling
Okay.
also is here. So they, I think, in recently these things are added, signals and all these things. So that's there. So they have added a few new things. I think there is some other things are also going on like propagators and all that. So incoming releases and all these things. You can have a look because these are very important part in open telemetry.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. So you are right, sir. It's like we are going to have pillars in observability. Observability is all about. Let's take a step back. It's like when we started our journey. Maybe I started 10 years back or 11 years back. So we used to do monitoring. So at that time, everyone is like, let's monitor these things and let's see like what logs are saying. At that time, Splunk came into market and Splunk has done wonders. Okay, hey, instead of searching your logs in your boxes, or you can say in your Unix servers, you have to log in and you have to search for the file records and all these things. So we used to do that way. Then when Splunk came in, so we shipped everything, machine data to, you can say, in Splunk, and we used to search, okay, hey, let's see the error on this particular application. So this is how we started the monitoring, right? And at that time we used to work on a static machine. So I know, okay, this is my VM, this is my database, and this is my XYZ thing. So these are all connect and everything is on place, or it's like locally hosted kind of things. But now things are changing. We are moving from the monolithic architecture to microservices. So I'm using different services. For example, for authentication or AD, I'm using Azure SSOs, and for databases, I'm using let's say some service in AWS. Okay, and for the ETL jobs, let's say I'm using glue service, and for the EC for the VMs, I'm in a GCP. So I just want to use to GCP things which are good for me, and I'm using EKS, or you can say AKS and all these things for the container platform. So things are spreaded now. So it's very important for us to how we can monitor these things. Like we are transitioning from the uh, monolithic architecture to microservice architecture. So that's how these observability piece came into picture. How we can connect the dots. If my service is going from point one to point two and point two to point three, so how we can connect these things? How we can connect the dots? So this is how things came into the market. So there is a concept, or you can say framework. We can say CNCF have uh, open telemetry. Open telemetry is all about how we can trace each and everything. So it's not only for the tracing, but the tracing is one of the key element on that. So it's like, for example, how it is going to work. Let's say you are a user and you are doing You have started session. Let's say this, just think about this is an application, okay? And in this application, when I logged in and after that I'm going to home, and after click I'm going to APM, then I'm going to infrastructure, I'm going to different tabs, right? So all the session, all the activity I'm doing, so it is going to record each step, everything is going to record it, and it is traced, and at the same time logs are also generated in the backends. So we are tracing each and everything. So you can just think about, it is going to show us a map, okay? Hey, when Rohit logged in, so first he went to home, then he went to APM, then he clicked on dashboards, and then inside the dashboard he goes to some different things and all that. So you can see whole path. How it is important for you? So there are two aspects again. So from the development point of view, if you are a developer, you are developing any application, so you will get to know how much time it is taking uh, when we are going from point 1 to point 2, point 2 to point 3. Okay, so you can see, okay, hey, as per our architecture, when we are going from point 1 to point 2, it should only take 1 seconds, or you can say milliseconds, but it is taking 10 seconds. So you will get to know why and where we have issues. Okay, so that is one thing. Second part is like, from the operation point of view, now you are operation support team member, okay? How you'll know where your application is having issue? So you have to understand, you will see that, okay, hey, this is my service map. In this service map I'm having this issue, and on that issue, when it is connecting to database, it is taking 10 seconds. So you will just troubleshoot that part from that particular point C to database connection. You will check, okay, do we have any issue with the database connectivity? Do we have any issue with the different frameworks and all these things? So we can do that. So if you heard about Langfuse, so it's like, it's kind of same thing what Splunk Observability do, but it's created for the LLM parts, like AI observability kind of things. So we can send our, token details. We can like there are a lot of metrics related to that, and applications data or application traces to that Langfuse. So, and we can also send that to Splunk Observability also. So that's how it's like a, with same framework you can send data to multiple way. So that's a whole crux out here. Okay, so let's jump into today's topic. So today we are meeting around what is Splunk Observability, and I just want to showcase on my test instance what all things we have, all things we are covering. Let me start sharing my screen. Let me know once we're able to see my screen. So this is a home page of the Splunk Observability Cloud. I hope you are able to
Um,
screen.
yeah, now I can. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
So this is a home page. Yeah. So over here, this nice nowadays. If you are, let's say, your team, and you have created some dashboards, you are going to see all the active alerts here are related to your team, and all the dashboards created by you, and whatever you are doing, all the activity here. You can at the end you can see all the product updates, as well as you can see this icon, right? So what's new over here? You can see what are the latest release and all that. So this is, and in right hand side, it's like you have this um, uh, you know menu here. You can see about the profile and all these things. If you click on your profile, you have different things. Right now role is admin, so you can see different things here. And this is one of the key thing you need to see, because when we do any kind of integration, so we need to give the API endpoint, or we need to give the real-time endpoint and all these things. So you have to take things from here, and you have to add into your configuration. Okay, and there is a feature of teams again. So it's like, if I just want to, I'm admin right now, I just want to create some teams, so I can create teams also, and I can manage the teams. Okay, so this is a whole profile and all these things. Again, this is related time zone and all this. It's auto detected by uh, browser. Okay, and over here you can see user API access token. So it's all related to sometime we do for the testing, we can use it, but it's not advisable to use this token. So you can do your local testing, it having all kind of rights. So it's a session kind of token. Okay, so this is the home page and a few top my profile. Now what all things it provides, this tool provides, it provides application performance monitoring, which we can say APM. It provides infrastructure. Let's say you have infrastructure along on-prem, you are in GCP, you are in Azure or any cloud. container word and all these things. So it can connect to the infrastructure. Okay, so once it is connected, you can see the infrastructure metrics in the infrastructure here. Over here, you are going to see different types, Kubernetes monitoring and all these things. Then this is an interesting one. You are a Splunk customer right now. You are using Splunk Enterprise or Splunk Cloud. So you can connect your Splunk Enterprise or Splunk Cloud. So this is for the correlation point of view. Like you are doing any instrumentation or APM part. So you just want to see at this particular time what are the logs we have seen. So you can connect your Splunk Enterprise or Splunk Observability, and you can connect the logs, and you can see all that APM part and logs all together. So it's like we are trying to show infrastructure, application performance, and logging part in one glass of paint. So this is how it is going to do. And this is RUM actually. Okay, in RUM you can see uh, uh, all the front related things. Okay, so in the front end, what is happening, how it is happening, so do we have any issues and all these things, so you can see over here. Then it comes like synthetics, like you are kind of your private agent or private runner. So you can just there are two. If you have to monitor something global, you can monitor that. It's like you can just see if I talk about like Splunk opportunities up and up or not. So I can just go to Splunk status page, and I can just add here. Okay, hey, I just want to keep monitoring in every 15 minutes. It's like Splunk opportunities up or not. If we'll get okay, hey, it's not responding, then we can just send alert or something to our team so that we can have a look, or we can contact the support. Okay, so this is how things are going to work. So there are different flavors. You can create different tests. You can monitor the browser. You can do API testing. You can drop down like HTTP and port test and all these things. Okay. Then these are the basic features: APM, infrastructure, log observer, RAM, and synthetic. So it covers almost all the aspect of the observability, or you can say different aspects like monitoring. Then these are the things under the, you can say, AI ops, like detectors and SLO. SLOs are basically business metrics. We used to give the business, okay, uh, what is the service level objective and all these things. Same if I talk about the detector, is like if you are aware about, it's like alerting mechanism. We, in a simple language, you can say these are, we have some out of the box alerts, and we can create our own alerts as well. And then dashboards, again, out of the box. If you click on dashboard, so let's say you are going to instrument or doing going to see the dashboards. So I'm just trying to do things related to open telemetry and some synthetic monitoring. You can see RAM application and all these things. So you can kind of dashboard came by default. Let's say I have built a infrastructure P. So you can see the infrastructure metrics. Okay, infrastructure data as well here. And this is something interesting. So metrics finder say you are running open telemetry and all these things. So you can find your metrics here related like CPU memories. Maybe I can type CPU up. You can see something CPU related metrics coming from my system. So I have hotel running in my local. I can see system CPU and all these things coming. You can see it's a related property here. What is a host, VM, and all these things. So this is how it is going to work. Kind of overview, and this is one of the key thing, which is like a data management. In the data management, you can do the, you can say, okay, hey, I want to do integration. So it's like you have to follow the guides. Let's say if I talk about like most of the folks are aware about AWS. Let's have to enable what are the steps, enable the AWS monitoring, what are the steps. You just have to click on this. You can see step by step guided. You have to follow those guides, and you're good to go. You have to first, like, where you are, like any reason, you have to select all these things, and after that there's something like a standard polling. So right now it's been 300 seconds. It's like a default one. If you're saying, okay, hey, due to this I have issues with the building and all these things, I want to increase it, so you can increase it to 600 or any, but this is standard timing. So below that it's not recommended, so it is going to challenge. Okay, so there are multiple ways. So you can just do the standard polling. You can do the streaming, as well as you can do AWS managed streaming. So Uh, Polling is like you are just going to hit the REST API of that particular VPC and all these things, and then you are going to pull the data. One factor I have noticed over the year, like if we are polling things in every 300 seconds, it is going, you can see some delay into the metrics. Like if I have an issue in infrastructure 5 minutes back, and I'm going to get data in every 5 minutes. So you are going to see that almost 5 minutes latency in the data. So you have to uh, take the solution that way that if you're okay with okay 5 minutes, I don't mind. It's fine. You can go with this. Else you can just go for the streaming. So either you can use Splunk managed streaming, or you can use AWS managed streaming. So that's as per my experience. Okay, let's go with this for now. And when we do next, so we have to prepare our AWS account. So you have to create the policy. You have to I think these are the role policy and all these things. So if I just do the show mode, yeah, all the things, like we are just getting the read access using this policy. So we need to add this policy as part of our JSON document. Okay, so once that is done, then we have to connect to AWS to Observability Cloud. So then we have to go to role page, and we have to follow all the steps. Once you will do the next, their connection will be stable. You can see uh, each and everything. So over here, you can just select, let's say, no one is using all the regions, right? So in the US also, there's okay, you're in US East 1. So just select the US East 1, and you have to deselect all the others. So you just select everything, and you can again filter here. Okay, what all the service you want to collect. You can collect from all the services, and you have option, okay, hey, collect from the specific services. You can just add the service from here, select the service. You can just add those things from here. So it's up to you again how much you want to customize. So again, if you just want to monitor VPCs, or you just want to monitor some XYZ services, you can do that as well. And at the same time, if you want to collect all the data from all the namespace, you can do that as well. So this is how it looks. So this is how we can connect, and we can go ahead with the infrastructure part. So this is one thing I'm just showing you how this tool looks like, and a couple of other things. This is from the infrastructure point of view. And if we talk about are these things, so you have to again be here. Yeah, you can see the available integration. So what are the integration available? So in this over here, you can see, okay, let's say if you want to instrument an based application, if you want to instrument your Java based application, uh, if you want to instrument your Node.js based application, now you can just go for just one application. You will get an idea. Okay, I you want to instrument or something which in written in Node.js. Okay, let's go. Or let's go now. So you have to click on this, and you can get the steps. Whatever deployment mechanism you are going to get the steps from here. GDS is slow. Let's see.
Hi
So
Rohit, can I ask one question?
yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, but I think I'm new to this Splunk Observability Cloud product by Splunk itself. So how is this linked with my Splunk instance? It could be the cloud, or be it is Splunk Enterprise, and I think I saw somewhere the agent as well. So does this leverage a separate agent compared to normal Splunk UF or kind of that?
Uh, so you can start. So first thing is like Splunk Enterprise and Splunk Cloud is a separate project, and this Splunk Optic Cloud is a separate project. So it's all about the observability. Okay. So when we talk about the Splunk Enterprise and Splunk Cloud, so basically we are just using them for the link purpose, and using other you can say projects like Splunk ITSI and all these
Yes.
things. But this is a
Yes.
all about it. So we can connect Splunk Cloud and Splunk Observability Cloud. There is a connector available called Log Observer, but they are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, points like how you can enable observability. Okay, so this is a SaaS solution. I don't have an on-prem flavor, so everything is a SaaS. You don't have to install these all things I'm showing you. So you are going to get with you can say with Splunk just things like how you are going to connect. So you like how you are going to connect the infrastructure, right? You have to follow the steps in your site, and now it is connecting via some external ID. This is how you can connect to infra. Okay, the way now about you how you can APM. So it is going to show you how you can design the APM part. So uh, for example, infrastructure piece you can do step guide and all these things, but for you have to design your infrastructure first. You can send data from your application which sits in your enterprise, you can say which in your company's uh, VMs and all these things, or your cloud, private cloud and all these things. So you have to design the architecture for that, and after that you can
Mm-hmm.
enable that application performance monitoring to send the data. So there are different models we are going to cover in
Mm-hmm.
next couple of sessions, but there are different models
Okay.
like you can directly send from agent to signal effects, or you can say Splunk Observability Cloud, or agent to gateway, then from gateway it is going to the Splunk Observability Cloud. So there are different modes of sending data. Again, they are different pieces. So we are just talking about uh, you know uh, one by one. I'm just trying to give example how it looks like, so that at least you guys will familiar with how it looks like this product and all these things.
Yep, yep, yep.
All right.
Actually, the reason why I asked this because I have Datadog as well, like in the organization. So there, Datadog, what it does is it has the same capability as well. It keeps all the logs as well on the portal itself, and then it has all these features as well, like API, APM, RAM, and then infrastructure monitoring and everything. All under one roof itself. So that's why I
Yeah.
got confused. Like Splunk has a separate product, like to keep all the logging stuff. If we can keep it on Splunk Cloud, and for the detection thing, we have ES. Then for the open telemetry, it's a separate instance itself, or I would say a separate URL or a particular SaaS product itself. So it is not overlinked. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just gave example of Datadog. So in case of Datadogs, we were earlier discussing about open telemetry.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens, like for the Datadog, you have to install the agent. Okay. So
Yeah.
which is just related to Datadog only. Okay. When we are
Mm.
talking about open telemetry, so right now, if let's say you have designed this open telemetry framework, how in your infrastructure, or you can say in your organization, you have designed, okay, for the observability I'm going to use the open telemetry. So you can send data from that open telemetry framework to data tool, or you can send data to Splunk Observability Cloud. So you have that kind of flexibility. You don't have to for tomorrow I just want to move to DT. Okay, that's, I don't want to use any of these tools. I have to add the DT agents here. Okay, so then it is again going to be mess. But if you are going to use open telemetry, so it's I just have to change the backend where I'm going to send my data. So this is how it looks.
Mm. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
that
Yes. Fair enough.
one,
Fair enough.
yeah, that one part, that's a pain point, right? Okay, hey,
Correct.
I don't want to change the product. Why? Because I have to remove the agent, I have to deploy the new agent, and all these things. That is gone. You just have to do your
Mm.
architecture once. The way it's like it's flexible, and you can just send data to multiple backends. So, or you can say Elastic, you can send to Splunk Observability and all these things. So this is how it is going to work.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
these
Yep.
are same product. Datadog,
Yes.
whatever Datadog is providing, Splunk Observability Cloud is also providing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. So we were talking about that APM piece, how we are going to enable the instrumentation and all these things. So you can see I just went from the available integration, I just choose a Java Open Telemetry. So these are some prerequisites we have to follow. Like we have to check the compatibility. We have to instrumental Java applications. How you see how you can instrument into your Java, and how you can configure instrumentation. And you have to just go through these links. And then when I click next, you can just give the, and this collector endpoint basically again, collector is like kind of where we are going to get all data from all the application related to metrics or anything. So we need to set up the collector in mid, which I was talking about the gateway and all these things, right? So gateway is a kind of collector. So and other way you can say there are different. It's like you assume that way. You have application running into EC2. Okay, so to send data, it's like to get the data first, we need to collect it. So we need to install the Open Telemetry collector into your EC2. Your application is going to send data to collector, and from the collector, it is going out to the Splunk Observability. So this is how it connects. So we need this collector everywhere. Okay, it's like for example, if your data, if your application is into microservice, so we need collector into our cluster or namespace. It's like we require that. So that's a very vast topic, so we will discuss about that in next meetings. But this is how like a collector is one of the key aspects where we are going to collect all the transactions related to data points, related to traces or instrumentation, and related to logs. We need a collector, so from the collector it is going out. Okay, so basically there are two endpoints, like localhost 4318, which is like OTLP protocol or HTTP protocol, and other is like 4317, which is gRPC protocol. Most of the folks are using 4318, like OTLP only. So you can do over here, you can give some service version like 1.0.0.0, and environment, let's say you are saying lab. Okay, and profiling is something very important feature, which let's say you can enable the profiling, but it's not recommended in production because it shows you all the CPU memory leakage, stakes, and all these things. So people generally don't ask, okay, hey, you enable it. If you are a developer, you can do these things just for the dev application testing, but in the production grade, so we don't recommend you to enable any profiling and all these things until unless you have outage and all these things. Okay, so let's go like what profiling you want. Let's say CPU and memory profiling. And for the Kubernetes right now, we are saying no is option, but let's say we enable it into Kubernetes. We have a microservice. Let's go next. So you can see all the steps here. For this, you have to first install the Splunk Open Telemetry collector, and you have to install that Java agent, Open Telemetry Java agent, and you have to add these things into your Docker file. And this is again the deployment file where we are just talking about like, okay, hey, this is what is my exporter OTLP endpoint, what is my service name, and what is OTL resource attribute, and these are the commands. And we just have to deploy it and we have to restart it. Moment we'll do these things, so we are going to see the data into our Splunk Observability. So this is interconnected, each and everything. So this is how you can just go ahead and you can enable the APMPs in the using Open Telemetry in the Signal, or you can say Splunk Observability. Any questions over here?
No.
Okay, so uh, I just want to touch few things before we close the call. So I tried an application. Okay, so let me share the application, and uh, let me share that. Stop sharing. Share the screen. Okay, this is a Spring application. This is the application running in my local. Okay, this is into Spring. This is the front end. Okay, so I want to demo here is like uh, how we go from the, it's like how it looks like it works, and how collector is going to collect the data, and it is going to send forward. Okay, prerequisite and all these things. Maybe you can see my Visual Studio now. With
Yes. 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 Yes.
okay,
Yes.
all
Yes.
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, over here you can see tree configuration. Okay, so over here, first part like Open Telemetry, I had downloaded the Java agent. Okay, and this is a OTel config file. In the OTel config file, you can see all the configuration has been done using basic one. I'm saying, okay, whatever things I'm going to receive over the gRPC or OTLP protocols. So I just want to receive from, I can receive from anywhere like 0.0.0.0, 437 or 4318. And then we just want to write some host metrics. So these are the receiver, then these are the processor. And then you can see the exporter, right? So exporter, I was talking about where we have to export data. Okay, so this is a trace endpoint. I'm just using like a trace endpoint like a ingest.us one. So this is my Splunk observability endpoint which I was showing you. So if you go here in APM, so here profile in organization, you can see the endpoints. I'm just using these things. Okay, just ingest one. Now apart from that, like we have to add this token, so I just added into in my environment variables. And this is a service pipeline, so this is an important one. So where you can see the traces where we have to receive, we are going to receive from the or OTLP, and the other processor like memory limiter and all these things, and we are just exporting to OTLP STT. So this is how it looks like the hotel
Yeah.
configuration. I just ran this hotel configuration, so I think we have an internet connection, and so it got stopped, and we can start it again.
And there are two types of token. One to access the Ollie itself through REST API, and second is the ingest type token, where you actually it's like HEC one, where you can specify and start the ingestion. So there are two types of token as well when we configure
Yeah, it's like API token and ingest token.
ingest token. Yeah.
So right now I'm in open telemetry directory, and I'm saying, okay, hey, I just want to add start this hotel call. This is a you can say package, and I'm saying I'm using this hotel config.yaml. If I just hit it, so you can see it started. Everything is ready and it started. Okay, now my local collector is started. Okay, so what is that we talked about for the instrumentation? What we need to do? So this is my Spring application, Spring pet clinic application. Okay, I just want to open this. Okay, so I will show my terminal. So in this terminal, you can see this is my application is running. Okay, so let me restart it. Okay. So over here, you can see we were talking about this is Java application, right? So what I'm saying, so I'm just running this command, Java tool options. I just follow the steps. Over here, we are just saying, okay, where is my Java agent? So you can see this is my local, and over here I have created open telemetry Java agent.jar. Okay, if I go here, so this is a directory. So I'm just referring to this open telemetry Java agent jar. Okay, for the Java. Uh, this is like what is endpoint, send everything to localhost 4318. Localhost 4318 means this hotel connector which I just started. Okay, so what is going to happen from the application, when application, I will hit this command, application is going to send data to this local collector, and in local collector I have given the endpoint. Okay, hey, export these things to these places like tracer endpoint and metrics endpoints, right? So this is how it is going to connect. In this connectivity point, anyone have any questions, or shall I repeat one more time?
No, I think good.
Okay, cool. And then we have this like a few things just to look good, like what is the resource attribute. So I'm just passing service name, deployment environment, logs. I'm not going to export the logs right now. So that's why I just added like a hotel log exported none. And I have enabled that instrument RUM as well. So I will show that feature. And this is the server port. This is a, if I run this application, you are going to see this application UI into this 8084 port. Okay. And again, these are service name and everything. And I'm just targeting the jar file of the application which is in this xyz location whatever mentioned here. Okay, so let me just enter it, and it is going to start this pet clinic. Okay, so now I can go to my UI. So let's see, so this is a localhost 8084. So you can see this application is loaded here. Okay, so before I will fetch I'll show you one more interesting feature. So there is one pointer of this front as well. So for that feature, for the RUM, we have to configure some line of codes from the, just to get data here. So follow the step-by-step method. So I can show you right away. Uh, then I will touch that part, other part. This is our browser, and uh, okay. So let's say I do the browser instrumentation. So let that token. So for that we have to create the token. You can select the token. So I have a token called this. Let's say app name is test, for example, and one is like lab. Okay, if I do next, you can see these recommendations, how we can configure. So they're saying, okay, hey, just go and add this here, uh, you know, what you can say in your headers in every page, or and then you have to just restart these things. Okay, so this is a whole everything is documented here. Same thing I have done. So the application right click here, right over here in the source, in the main, in the resources, I just added inside the temp, in the layout I have added these details. Okay, you can see here these things which I these are configuration. Okay, this is realm I have to send, this is realm access token, this is application name and all this. Okay, the application start make this way. You can see these things. If I do anything, it is going. So from sources, you can
Let
check.
me ping him. Okay, you're
Yeah,
here. So
yeah. You Splunk RUM, and uh, you can see all these up here.
yep.
Are you with me? Right?
Yes, yes, we can. Oh, okay. I think.
Things here. Once I add
Sorry,
this here,
you
so you
are.
can see all the features are coming here. It's started monitoring these things. Okay. So this is our RAM is configured. So let's now this is a backend story. So are we all right till this point? Okay.
Yeah, all good. It's just that you are breaking in between and you are disconnected from the meeting altogether. But I think now we are
Oh,
good.
cool. Legacy
Yeah.
is back. That's why. Okay. So this is how our backend is set it up. So now let's have in the front end. Okay. So let's say this is application I'm and let's try to find some owners here. Okay. So you can see if I click here and let's new pet or I just want to add the receipt. I can say okay, I just want to check the infection on this pet and all these things. And then I see okay, hey, who all are the doctors we have and all these things, so I can check. So this activity I have in the front end. Okay. So let's see how it is looks like. What applications you can see a lot of things are started and all these things. And
Yeah, you're broken with.
Hello, meet.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you now. Yeah,
All
awesome.
right. Okay. Cool. Sorry, electricity
Yeah,
is back, so it
awesome.
started.
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
if you
Okay.
wanna share your screen, I think
Yeah.
it's
That's fine.
stop share. Yeah.
Okay. So now you are able to see my Splunk observability, right? All right.
Yes.
Cool.
Done. Yeah.
So we were doing some pet cleaning thing, right? So I was showing you few things here and there. So Joe is just a moment. All right. Cool. So we were doing some experiments around it, how we can send data from the front end and back end. So I showed you some scripts, right? So you can see in last 15 minutes, we were doing some experiments. So you can see in the RAM. So this is a pet clinic service, right? So we were looking into. So you can see some page views are coming up and all these things. Over here, you can see the web vitals, you can see the interaction, you can see CLS and all these things. So if I want to get and see the deep dive and all these things, let me refresh it. Okay, you can click here and you can see all the UX metrics related to this particular application. Okay, and you can see the front end health from here, and you can see the back end health here. In the front end, like if you have kind of any error and all this, you can see, and in the back end, you can see what is happening if any network issues or a request and all these things. All the things are covered here. Okay, now we just want to see the interesting thing is here, like you can just click on a session, you can see the tag spotlight. So over here you can see URLs, HTTP code, environments, and all this kind of information. Okay, from where it is happening. Like you can see region, you can see city, you can see OS and all these things, right? And over here, there is one more interesting thing: user sessions. Over in the user session, you can track what is happening. So if I select any of the user sessions, so let me click over here, and you can see what all things are happening. So you can whatever things I have clicked, so everything is, all the web vitals are here, and you can see the timings. Okay, hey, for this particular thing, how much time it took, how, what is the TTL or TTI and all these things. So everything is covered here. Okay, and there are different parts, right? So when I click from one portion to another, like it is trying to fetch some document, it is trying to do some resource and all these things, right? So you can see all these things are also covered step by step here. Okay, and if there's some error and all these things, you can see there's some uncaught error and all these things are also coming up. So this is a front end part, and same time what happens when we connect it with the APM, so you can see the connectivity from this UI to APM as well. Right now that variable we haven't added, but if I go to APM and I will just search for anything in last 15 minutes, you can see, okay, which is a pet cleaning, right? So you can see this service is coming here. Okay, if I click on this service, or you can say service map, you can see this pet cleaning service is trying to go to this MySQL pet, this database. You can see the service map is coming from here to here, and you can see what is happening on this particular service. You can see the traces, you can see all the endpoints and all these things. And there is one more thing. Uh, mm, if I click here, yeah, let's say now I just want to see the database performance and all these things. You can see all the queries has been hit to this particular database using this database query performance, how much time it took, and all these things. Okay, so let me see this one. Yeah, in this data, in this particular page, it's like a spotlight, or you can say you are going to get overview of your particular service. So we're just looking for the pet clinic MySQL. Let's go to pet clinic service. You are going to see the service map. You are going to see the business metrics, like what is the success rate and all these things. Okay, you're going to see the SLI, SLO, and all these things. And you are going to see the service latency. And again, if we are adding our runtime metrics, or if are using, if you have any kind of error and all these things, so you can see. And along with that, this tag spotlight is also connected here. You can see all these get STT method, what is the kind, like it's a server and all these things, what is the workflow, you can see here. Then errors comes, like if we have any errors, right now we don't have, then endpoint is here, right? In the endpoints, you can see different endpoints we try to hit. And yeah, you can see get, you can see get owner, you can see post, and different HTML we tried and all this, right? Web charts. And if you enable logs, you can see logs in this tab here, and you can see the error and all these things. Logs will become here. And in the traces, you can see the traces, whatever sessions we have done. So right now, I think we have only one session which we were testing earlier. If I click on this particular session, you can see whole detail of your session. So I was talking like, front end to back end to front end. So one call came to this back end as well. So this is how you can trace all things. Again, I just want to go to APM, and I just want to see what all traces I got in last 15 minutes. You can see. So there are this many traces, and you can see like, okay, hey, what all services are involved here and all these things. And based on the duration also, you can sort out, okay, which is the highest one. And you can just want to analyze, okay, hey, this is at this over here, it took 170 milliseconds. I just want to see what happened over here. So you can just click on the trace, and you can see all the activity, whatever happened. So you can see all the tracing here. Like first we went to get owner, then it started this it went to some find by lastness starting with, then it's like a pet clinic select statement, then it went to our database. So you can see all these. And when I click here, you can see what query we have used. So you can see over here, so you have that select query and all this. So it is going to give you a lot of details when you are doing any operational work and all this. If it fails, you are going to see the things here as well. So all the activity, whatever we have done, everything is recorded here in the front end as well as a back end. So we can connect both these front end and back end all together. Okay, so this is how it looks like in the APM part. All right.